Storm Shield weather alert.
Good evening, I'm Russ McCaskey.
I'm Carol Norton. Thank you for joining us tonight. We begin with a weather alert. A substantial cold blast heading toward Green Country and could bring our first taste of winter weather.
2 News Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony is tracking the cold front from our weather center. Brett.
Hi, Russ. Hi, Karen. Good evening, everyone. Right now, as it stands, Tulsa still not in the winter weather advisory. Take a look at the latest from the National Weather Service in terms of who is in and who is out. Bristow in, Bartlesville in, Coffeyville, also in Bataliqual, Pryor, Muskogee, Okmulgee, not in the winter weather advisory, meaning we're not anticipating any kind of frozen precipitation in those areas there. And if there is anything tomorrow in Bartlesville and say up at Coffeyville and out toward Ponca City, it's going to be very light. Right now we have drizzle outside and a steady rain, maybe even a thunderstorm around McAllister, but the drizzle showing up here on our Brookside camera as it's falling very lightly. Also falling, the temperature, 45 degrees right now in Tulsa. It's down to 38 in Bartlesville, 34 in Ponca City, but still hanging on to 60 degrees at Muskogee. Liz Bryant is tracking how people are getting ready for this big change in the weather. She joins us live. Hey, Liz.
Well, Brett, look how tall just one salt pile is here at the maintenance yard. The city of Tulsa has 14,500 tons of salt and sand on hand. I did the math, and that's equivalent to nearly 2,000 male African elephants, and they only use the sand in extreme cases. The piles are as high as the city's skyline it's ready to cover. The chemical compound sodium chloride or salt and pure sand weight.
We actually started preparing in August, and it's kind of strange out working on snow and ice equipment when it's 100 degrees.
One glance to the west of these piles, a battalion of trucks armed with plows to scrape past Mother Nature. The city owns 63 trucks to spread sand and salt, 45 with plows.
It appears as though we're starting off with kind of a small event, if anything at all. So we can kind of use it as a practice run, if nothing else. You know, we'd rather be out there and have nothing happen than to be at home and have something happen.
Right now, Paul Strezik, the city of Tulsa's street maintenance manager, monitors the weather but says no one is on call. When winter weather hits, city employees working overtime are paid time and a half. Strezik says he has $60,000 to work with this whole season to pay 170 people overtime.
What we do know is that whatever comes, we're going to have to treat it. We're not going to be able to get 3/4 of the way into it and say, never mind, everybody go home. You know, it's just like the fire department, police department, anybody else. They've got to put that fire out.
A pile with at least one more day to examine the skyline of the city's streets it could soon cover.
We try to err on the side of caution because you know, the last thing anybody wants is to get caught.
And Strezik says his drivers have already practiced their routes and that the city of Tulsa does not pre-treat roads. Liz Bryant, 2 News, works for you.
Liz, thanks. Well, the city of Bartlesville is also prepping for winter weather. The street manager says that all equipment is ready. The city has 1,500 tons of salt and sand and 6 spreader trucks. As a precaution, 1 street employee is on call tonight. There are up to 11 available.
It's always a good idea to be prepared should you have to get out on the roads during a winter weather event. AAA suggests you should pack an emergency road kit in your car. That includes blankets, a flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, sand or kitty litter, an ice scraper, and a cell phone charger.
We're continuing to track the weather around the clock, and tomorrow morning we'll be on the air beginning at 4:30 a.m. for 2 News Today.
We'll also be posting the newest information on road conditions and weather alerts on KJRH.com and on our mobile app for the iPhone or Android.